Hey everyone, Mobius1 here again, doing another SWGEmu episode. This one, as requested surprisingly, is going to be another Storytime, quote, whatever you want to call it, episode. Um, Basically, a few of you that have been talking to me in game about upcoming episode ideas already know that I've been holding on to two pretty good stories to make episodes with, and this is going to be one of them. So do look for another Storytime episode sometime after this one, but this one's pretty good. So as many of you know, back in the live galaxies, I led a guild, and we were one of the more popular guilds on the server, if not the most popular rebel guild, for about a month at least. We were really active in base busting and PvP and all that stuff. Anyway, I had a member who was in the guild whose character name, and God, I hope he doesn't see this video because he's probably going to be really upset when I tell this story. His name was Darkfury. And Darkfury, he had I don't know if he had a brother or a friend that he played with, but I can't remember his friend's name. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Darkfury, he was one of the more active members in the guild, and I really liked the guy. He was real cool. I forget what profession he was, but he was a good fighter, and was very active in the guild, attended all of our meetings regularly, was on TeamSpeak all the time, and yeah, it was just genuinely, he was a really cool dude. Well, Darkfury, since he was so active, and frequented so many cantinas, I think it was here in Mos Eisley, ran into, it might have been in Feed on Naboo, ran into an entertainer who I believe was a Twi'lek, whose name was Chrosa, Chrosa. And the two of them started spending almost all of their game time together. I mean, I would wake up, I would get on, and they would be like sitting in the cantina, emoting each other, whatever you want to call it, role playing and flirting and all that fun stuff. When we went on guild events, Chrosa would come with us and just kind of like hang back and watch because, as an entertainer, she didn't have any combat abilities. And then as soon as the guild event was done, the two of them would go off and do their own thing. She would come to guild meetings. She never actually joined the guild, but was always there, like was always in the background. It was basically like Darkfury's shadow. And at the time, we had a rule that the only people that were allowed on our TeamSpeak server were guild members. And Darkfury had asked me so many times, like, dude, can I please, invite this girl on a TeamSpeak? And I was like, if I let one person on who's not a member, I'm going to have to let a bunch of people on that aren't members, and, it's not a good idea. So he's like, alright. And this went on for, like, I don't know, 3 months easily, but it was probably longer than that, probably closer to 4 or 5 months. The two of them were just playing all the time. Like, I can't even express. It was like he did not play without Chrosa. Darkfury and Chrosa were together not 24/7, but as long as if one of them was logged in, they were both logged in, and they were always together. So much to the point where we had some people in the guild were joking, saying that Chrosa was one of Darkfury's alts, like it was like a second account, or was his friend or his brother. But see, that didn't make sense because his friend or his brother would be on at the same time. I wish I remembered his name. Anyway, so after everything in the guild started to die down, like the guild war that we were in ended, and some people decided to move on to other games, we started to loosen our rules, especially those pertaining to our TeamSpeak server. And when that happened, Darkfury, who was still around and was still very active with Chrosa, came to me and was like, hey, since we're, not so serious anymore, would you mind if I invite her onto TeamSpeak? And I was like, you know what, go ahead. It'd be cool to, actually You know, we had Takora was in the guild already, but we were like, it'd be cool to have another, female voice on TeamSpeak. So, and many of you already know where this is going, but it was so much better when it actually happened. We had probably 15 people on TeamSpeak at this time, and it was myself. I think Takora was there. She should be here for the story, but I'm going to tell it anyway. There's at least 15 people. And we were all talking, laughing. Like, it was a very loud channel. And people were telling jokes, oh, this is going to be great. I wonder who's going to be cooler. We're going to find out how old she is. All this stuff. And Darkfury was the most excited person. He could not wait to hear this girl's voice. Like, he sent her the IP. The 15 of us are all sitting in TeamSpeak anxiously waiting. We're like all looking at the player list. We're like, oh, when's she going to join? What's going to happen? Is she going to join? I don't know. Maybe she doesn't have a headset. How do we even know if we're going to be able to hear her? This is going to be weird. And then all of a sudden, TeamSpeak, you hear that. Well, TeamSpeak 2 days, it was, new player has joined the server. And new players players switch channels. And there's Chrosa. And we're all like, hey, Chrosa, what's going on? Hey, how you doing? And all we hear, get ready, all we hear back is, hey guys, is Darkfury around? Silence. Not one person said a word. The very next thing we hear, player has disconnected. Darkfury left. He just gone. I do not even remember what happened next because I was laughing so fucking hard. I might have blacked out. I don't even remember. I honestly, to this day, do not know what happened next, other than Darkfury definitely did not play nearly as often after that, and when he did play, he was no longer with Chrosa. So that was a good lesson for him, at least. Never to trust a person online, especially if they're running a female toon. I mean, most of you probably already are aware that 99% of the female toons that you run into in Galaxies are dudes. And I don't want this to turn into a debate over, whether that's okay or not. It's a role-playing game. If you want to role-play a girl, you role-play a girl, You need an outlet somewhere, I guess. And you might as well do it online than do it in real life. But yeah, that was a really good, hey guys. Anyway, Darkfury, if you're out there and you happen to catch this video, I'm sorry, but that's, to this day, one of my 2 greatest moments in Galaxies. That was a really good time. But thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the story, and look forward to one about how we ended up having about 50 Imperial players kill each other. Alright, guys. I'll see you next time.